Hello everybody, and welcome to one of the most exciting times of our lives, myself being Steven.
I'm Robert.
And that's Robert. Robert, are you excited?
I'm very excited, although, is it the most exciting time of my life?
Hard to say. I would say, without a doubt, knowing you and me, that this is one of the most exciting times in both of our collective lives.
Because it's Conquest.
Because it's Conquest.
It's the first tournament of Conquest in the history of the universe.
Our first official video posting, as far as battle reports are concerned, of Warhammer Conquest, the living card game. And this thing is a stormer. It's a heater.
Actually, I think it's Warhammer 40k Conquest, the living card game.
Pardon me.
Just saying. They're vying for the longest game title ever.
Pardon me. And as you can see, this is a Nationals, or I guess technically the North American Championship. We have both playmats there given out in this event. Very cool things.
Beautiful.
We also have a little alt art Blood Angels veteran down there in the bottom of the screen.
Which looks amazing.
It does look amazing, and I expect we may see some of those in play as well, because both of these guys are piloting old Captain Kato Sicarius, I should say.
Sato Kato.
So what does that mean ultimately, Robert? Tell me.
I think that this goes a long way in confirming what at least we locally have been saying and thinking about the Space Marines, in that right out of the box, if you're playing with nothing else and not like doubling up cards as they could not do in this particular tournament, they're probably the most uniformly reliable and powerful of any of the factions that have been rolled out. There's probably a strong argument to be made for Imperial Guard and a couple others, but the Space Marines just have so many just fabulous cards, so it's easy to see why two of them made it to the finals.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of right out of the gate, as you said, one core set. Space Marines give a lot of adaptability, a lot of just good, solid, all-around strength. Whereas whenever you start combining things like Orcs and Imperial Guard, those kind of more swarmy factions can start to really compete with those synergistic abilities that they have.
Mm-hmm.
But as we have it now, we have Space Marines versus Space Marines. We've got our first 5 planets flipped. The remaining 2 will stay under the gun until the first planet is captured. And we have Jeremy on the right, a face that we've seen many, many times in the Fantasy Flight sphere of card games.
He likes them.
He likes them, and he's quite good at them. We saw him in our first Netrunner GenCon posting as well.
He got caught up in it.
And it was fantastic. Or I think it was Worlds. I think he was the first Worlds participant, and did a great job there. And on the other side, we have Kyle, who is somebody who I've not yet seen before, but I'm sure I'll see him 1,000 more times in my career of watching people play these games. Or not.
Who is that?
Whoa, hey.
Wild Steven appears.
Yeah, that was me. That's actually me talking about this game right now.
We would like to ignore that, but we just can't. I mean, I don't think anything like that has ever happened before, so...
Jeremy, it was a very stressful evening for GenCon. Probably not the last time you'll see an eyeball in the shot either. Jeremy opens the Blood Angels veteran there. Very nice, solid unit on the first planet, and met with a Promethean Mine over there on Kyle's side of the board, a card that is only good right about now, in my estimation. We got Jeremy playing the Void Pirate, probably one of the greatest MVPs out of that core box.
Yep.
Just wins command struggles, gets you an extra card, and as we know in any kind of card game, any kind of resource management game, the more resources you have, the better.
The better.
So get an extra card, and it's looking good. So both the Void Pirate and the Resource Guy. Do you remember the Resource Guy?
Let's see. Void Pirate and Space Pirate. I don't know.
I remember we talked about the Void Pirate so extensively.
Yeah. Oh, man. I cannot remember the Resource Dude for the life of me. Sadly.
It'll come to us.
Yeah. Somebody will play it, I'm sure. That looks like the Sanctioned Psyker.
The old Sanctioned Psyker.
Which is a splash out of Imperial Guard, so that tells us what he is splashing into.
Yes, and we haven't yet seen it from Jeremy. Although I believe he's probably doing Tau. I think I remember seeing that.
Ooh.
Sanctioned Psyker, 2 command icons, no attack, it's just a Psyker, and then 4 health.
Oh, there's the Space Marine unique. I can never remember his name for the life of me.
Maxos or Marxos.
Yeah. Something Latin.
Our great viewers will be able to see that.
You boys like Latin? There you go.
Veteran Brother Maxos, and he's a wicked little guy. Costs 3, 2 command icons, a 2/3, but the combat action is why you take him. Pay the printed cost of a Space Marine unit in your hand to put it into play at that planet, and that is a combat action.
And he hates Tyranids. Just look at that art.
I've heard that about him as well.
Just hates him.
So pulling in the Sanctioned Psyker from the Imperial Guard. Now that's a great little command unit, and I very much love it. That's the old slidey recruit, if I can get past the glare to actually see it.
I like this configuration with the planets perched precariously between the playmats there. Sorry for the attempt at alliteration.
It was great alliteration, and perhaps, as Jonathan often says, the oldest form of poetry.
Is it? Probably.
That's what he says.
Once
All right, so we're going to commit some Warlords,
Hey,
and Sicarius going to
going
go
to 4
there,
and
smoke
5.
that Psyker for a resource, and going to win that battle ability as well.
Poor Void Pirate.
And Sicarius goes and takes care of the Void Pirate. So a great first planet steal here from Jeremy, and going to yield some cards and some resources.
That's a surprising turn of events, actually. I generally don't know of any game that I've played, at least so far, where the first planet went uncontested like that, but that's a pretty big win for him.
Yeah, and it's going to be, as we get better at this, as we get better at the game, and certainly as we get better at commentary, we'll be able to kind of recognize lines of play and which 3 planets are you going for out of the gate and those kinds of things. So, I don't know.
We'll see.
We shall.
The battle has just begun.
And then Psyker pops out of that planet.
See ya.
And he can move a non-warlord unit to a planet of his choice and gets to save his Void Pirate.
Huzzah!
Just a fantastic play here from Jeremy. That's excellent.
Yes, truly excellent.
Of course, Sicarius gets to remove all damage from that Psyker with his planet ability.
Which already you can see the beauty and the elegance of this whole planet system. It is amazing. Like, he had that failsafe built in. If he can win Planet 4, his unit at Planet 5 didn't have to die.
Absolutely.
It's great, because you don't want to lose that Void Pirate.
You don't want to lose the Void
First
Pirate.
turn.
And look, now Void Pirate is sitting on a nice little planet, a little fat stack, 1/1. He's going to be another problem next turn.
Got to deal with him.
First planet remains.
And now, what's that new planet we just got? I can't
Now we
even
go to the
tell.
second. Well, that planet would be Osis. I believe that is Osis 4. With old Screechy. That's a Tyranid on there, isn't it?
Yes. It's a big
And
old spiky-faced Tyranid there.
no cards, but 2 resources, and the battle ability is take 1 resource from your opponent. And we've thrown a Void Pirate over there on Kyle's side of life.
Pirates everywhere.
Certainly an MVP, as we said earlier.
Yeah.
That Blood Angel veteran sitting back and to go party with Kato, and that's a really nice little unit. Anytime it takes damage, it takes 1 less damage.
Another Void Pirate. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, good draws here for Jeremy. Good draws leading to more good draws because those Void Pirates are making those cards happen.
I'm going to put a nickel that somebody gets promoted at that planet.
100%.
I bet
certain.
it'll be a Void Pirate.
I think that nickel is safe. You know what they say, if you take a nickel and bury it, you're not going to make any money.
It grows into a beautiful dime tree. And then you harvest those dimes and they turn into quarter trees.
I've heard that, you know. That's not really how it works. And ooh, moving things over.
Bounce.
That little Tau card, just a little Tau
Response.
business.
So he was trying to nuke him with the Chosen, do a damage, and then he responded to move him from an adjacent planet to the current planet, which I don't think allows him to do the damage, maybe?
I'm
assuming
man.
that's what played out there.
We're new to the old Conquest train.
Or maybe it was a prevented damage. Maybe he was shielded, because
We're
it's any
forgiven.
time you could do a damage, you can shield. Not quite sure what card was played, so I can't quite know.
I'll bet it was shielded, Robert.
Yeah, let's just say
That sounds
shielded,
correct.
because I don't think there's a card that was doing what I was trying to initially think it was doing.
I've tried to think of it, but it couldn't.
Hey,
Rogue Trader, of
Rogue
course.
Trader, duh.
That's his name.
Rouge Trader.
Man, and Jeremy getting a huge econ advantage here. 2 Void Pirates and a Rogue Trader compared to the old Void Pirate. there.
Missing out on that Chosen's damage ping is ginormous.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
ginormous.
The Pirates just keep staying on the board. And I wonder, is Sicarius going to make a move here to first planet? I mean, I don't know the colors as well as I would like to at this point. And
Looks
there
like
we go.
Red and blue.
We got another little unit over there for, it looks like an Imperial, is that an Imperial Guard unit?
It looks like it.
That Ogren,
I think I see
believe.
that crest there. I love those Ogren. They look like more pasty Shreks or something.
I believe that is the Stalwart Ogren.
Ogren. Very stalwart.
Just a 2/2, and he's immune to enemy events, which, as the game gets older and older, becomes exceptionally more important.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if he's having to sit off on some third planet with a Terminatus waiting. I believe he would
Terminatus,
be
you
immune
know,
to it.
I hear Sicarius was voted most likely to Terminatus in his chapter elections.
His yearbook?
Yeah, most likely to Terminatus.
In the future, there are certainly no yearbooks.
Yeah, can you imagine the volume of that? I mean, it's 40K. That's a huge library of just yearbooks.
Too many. And then the Necron, the Tyranids get mad because you just can't get them all in there.
That's right.
Don't act like we're not individuals.
Mm-hmm. Honorable mentions to the Necrons.
Jeremy, looking at the board here.
Just checking it out. There's a lot to assess. I mean, we kind of nodded to it just a moment ago when we were talking about that first turn play out with the battle effects saving the Void Pirate from certain death at the 5th planet. But that's the kind of stuff you need to assess, and good players are going to want to assess as they play this game, because if you're not, you're going to miss golden opportunities like we saw, and I really enjoy that about this game. It's just so fun to really try to pick out all the contingencies that are possible with what the planets have arrayed for you.
Very difficult, really. It's a great assessment.
It's a challenge.
If we want to look at this thing, so we're going to look at Warlords, where they're heading to, popping in. We have a blue and red on Jeremy's side, and then the current one up for debate is red and green, followed, though, and this is the most important part, followed by green.
Ooh.
And then followed by green-blue. So these reds, these early reds actually aren't doing much. I think green is kind of where the party's at.
Yeah, we don't have a red again until the current 4th planet, so that's pretty well down the line. That's ultimately the 5th planet in the sequence.
Yeah, so I think the 5th planet is where this game's going to come to a head if it has to.
Though, can you imagine if somebody wins with a potential 3rd red planet icon and that yet to revealed 7th planet? It would be amazing.
Yeah.
It just goes that all the way down there. Bam!
It'd be an extended campaign. Absolutely. This first planet, the real question you have to ask yourself, do you throw Kato and the Blood Angels veteran into that first planet and start claiming and try to push your green advantage forward and really just restart your chain here?
Yeah.
Forget the red and blue. Don't need it. I'd rather go for the green and try to seal this game up.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows, man? I'm not good enough to know.
And that battle ability, if you control fewer things, you get a huge boon. So it's really good for Kyle, but Jeremy says, nope. I'm going.
No siree, Bob. Don't want it.
So we're resolving
there we go.
command struggles.
He's going to a planet. So first planet. Almost a de facto win here.
Yeah, all you need is Kato and a veteran, and I mean the Ogren just doesn't stand a chance.
Kato hits for 2, is it 1, right?
He does hit for 2.
So that Ogren, unless he's got a shield. See ya.
Make sure he hits for 2. I'm gonna look at him.
Oh, Kato.
Healed 2/6.
He's one tough cookie.
He used him for a while, but then you know what? Got too popular. So now I use that Tau guy who's not even out yet. The ethereal guy.
Are you still proxying him?
Talk about weird stuff. And a drop pod assault. Hold the phone here, Robert.
Things just got way different.
Things got crazy. We see a drop pod assault. This could
completely turn things
around.
This
could change things without a doubt. And Kyle maybe not so happy.
Nobody expects the drop pod assault.
Is that a Sicarius chosen?
It is. Is he going to ping the brother?
I hope not. I don't think you want to bring the brother into
I don't think so either. Because does Jeremy have any resources left? I can't tell.
I can't tell on the D20. But here's the thing, like, what's the ultimate goal here? Are you trying to bloody Sicarius? I don't think you're winning this fight.
You might. There's a lot to be said for threatening the bloody on Sicarius, because once he's there, he's just a turn away from losing the game. So not bad, especially this early in the game.
Sometimes a good last-ditch effort, certainly. And we're going to shield.
Shielding. That Ogren is sticking around.
And we're going to no mercy to cancel the shield.
Pro. And of course you have to exhaust a unique unit for no mercy to function.
Yeah. No mercy even from another planet.
Ouch. There's just so much malice floating around there.
And gains a resource for Sicarius' ability.
And then, of course, for everybody watching at home, though Jeremy does have initiative, though Kyle does have initiative, Jeremy gets to strike first because his Warlord is present, and Kyle's is not.
It's true. And retreats the Chosen.
See ya.
Yielding the first planet to that drop pod, really not accomplishing anything at all.
Nope.
Real bummer. Probably looking for something a little bit heavier to come into the fight there. Sicarius, more of a tech piece. Can get the job done if you have to do it, but...
And he escapes unscathed.
Not ideal.
Old Kato.
All right.
See a Rouge Trader.
Busting off the Rogue Trader, gaining a resource. And then going to end a turn here. Sicarius goes back.
Let's scoot some planets, shall we?
Some planets, and Jeremy dominating the planet struggle here and looks to have the most resources as well. Those early Void Pirates and Rogue Traders really helping out. I'm truly curious if he can maintain this pace or if Kyle can start to turn it around here. And it looks like Farron just revealed there. 0 cards, 2 resources, but the great ability to route a non-warlord unit.
So it was a single red icon on that last planet. Wouldn't have thought, but there it is.
Single red icon says...
Let's hope it goes that far. That would be beautiful.
I certainly wouldn't be opposed.
You're vying at the 7th planet for that one red icon. That'd be great.
It's kind of a which one is the true Sicarius moment.
That's right. It's me. No, it's me.
Kyle investigating the hand. At this point, you have a bit of a mirror match, although interesting to see that we get to the final table, and both players have chosen different allies. Kyle choosing Astra Militarum, also known as Imperial Guard, and Jeremy.
I think you need to reverse that. Maybe. I know it's. That still throws me for a loop every time I hear that. Astra Militarum.
Who's that? And Jeremy choosing Tau. Now, we haven't seen any Tau units yet. May have just been pulling in a few events here and there.
Mm-hmm. For extra shields and pew-pew action. That's what Tau are known for and good for, at least currently, out of one box.
I really like the inclusion of the old Sanctioned Psyker, just to really put some command pressure on Kyle's side of the board. A little pricey for that purpose, but 2 command icons is hard to come by sometimes.
And as we saw, it's somewhat questionable sometimes when you see units that cost a little bit more than you want, that don't attack but have more hit points than you might ordinarily need or expect, and Sanctioned Psyker proves why. He was able to take 2 hits, and he could survive to retreat, so he could deploy elsewhere later in the game.
Yeah, and now some of those battle abilities, like moving a guy around, now you can put that Psyker on the next command struggle that you want to win and call it a day.
That's right. Just a beefy command dude. That's all that is. And well
a lot
worth
of thinking going on here.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of question marks.
Sizing up these planets, man. It's such a crazy game. Though, the good news is you only have to worry about 5 planets for the first 3 turns.
Ooh, the Tempest Blade.
I love that thing.
Going on Kato.
Is that Armor Bane and +1?
Armor Bane and +1 strength.
Great card. One of those classic Space Marine cards out of the core box that really just gives them a great edge. Because Armor Bane, in this particular meta, where it is just the core box, is fantastic.
Armor Bane is pretty wicked.
It doesn't get much better. It doesn't get much better. Because ordinarily, you have to reserve a No Mercy to cancel out a shield card, but in this case, they just can't play it. It's wonderful.
And the strength is unbelievable.
And all for 1 cost.
Looks like we got looks like an Iron Hands going down on the first planet.
Nice.
Gonna face off against the old brother. And he gains 1 command icon for each enemy unit at the planet that he is on. Certainly not the greatest first planet striker, especially whenever you have to imagine warlords will get involved here.
Yeah.
So those command icons won't matter so much. But maybe the only thing you have to put up a fight.
That's true. You got to use what you have. And sometimes the old Tech Marine will just have to do.
Ooh, and Chosen.
Ouch!
Bringing brother into the battle. You got to wonder now, is Jeremy going to tee up a Sicarius on 3rd Planet Massacre? Certainly something worth thinking about.
And also a very literal instance of come at me, bro.
Absolutely. When you've got the old your brother on the first planet, you have a little bit of room here, right? I don't think you commit to the first planet at all. If you need to, you throw a guy in. Call it a day.
That's right. Just start throwing guys.
And look at the Void Pirate just continuing to do some work here. See an eager recruit in hand.
Waiting for his time to shine, man.
He's eager.
That's
He's
right.
ready.
Just put me in, coach. Oh man, decisions. I know this feeling so well.
It's a very comforting and rewarding feeling.
Yeah, this is it
We have a
almost.
Tempest Blade. A Tempest Blade. No, that's Iron
Excellent.
Halo, baby.
Oh, Iron Halo, even worse. Oh, Iron Halo is so good. Another card that just puts Space Marines out of the box in such a great position.
Prevent all the damage.
Oh, did you want a refreshable shield card for all damage every turn? Why, yes, please.
Yes, please.
For 3, it's a steal.
I'll take it. It's really, the funny thing is that you see, I feel like Jeremy is really on top of things here, but when I look at the board, it's not quite so obvious what's going on.
Yeah, I think Kyle may be gaining some positioning advantages here.
A lot of times when you give up those first planets and kind of spread yourself out a little bit, you can catch up later on. But you've got to be careful Jeremy doesn't outright win this in the next 2 planets.
Yeah, I know. 2 up is a precarious situation.
All of the things you have to worry about when you're running a long-term military campaign.
Speaking from experience, I trust.
All right, and here we go. So Jeremy's going to go ahead and take first planet.
Yoink!
And second planet's going to go to Kyle. Wins the first. Second command struggle looks like goes to Kyle. Third one's going to go to Jeremy, I believe, or it could be a tie there. Looks like a tie.
Let's hope for a tie. Yes!
Last one goes to Kyle. Did well in the command struggle that time.
Ties keep it interesting.
And draws some cards. Very much needed. First planet's going to go pretty much to the house here. Can't imagine this doesn't end quite quickly. Going to stack up a lot of forces there on Sicarius' flank.
That's right.
So when he comes into a planet, he's going to bring a lot of juice with him, but it's all going to be melt.
Yeah. So Sicarius killing the L-Tech
Gaining
Marine.
a resource.
He just wanted to build some defensive structures.
Ability. When you've got Void Pirates paired with Sicarius' resource harvesting ability, it's a lot of guys out. A lot of efficiency.
Boom, 3rd planet.
Another planet taken.
That's a great thing. Planets themselves don't mean anything. It's all about them icons.
And resolving the battle ability to discard a card at random from hand, and there goes the eager recruit. Not eager enough.
So what? Jeremy has 2 green, 2 blue, and a red icon?
2 green, 2 blue, and a red from my...
No, 2 green, 2 red, and a blue.
2 red and a blue, yeah. And the next one has... Let's check. The next one has all the goods. It has a green and a blue.
Uh-oh.
This could be the game for Jeremy if he wins this first planet. It's going to be very important that Kyle stops his advance, then can threaten yet again on the next planet, and can threaten yet again on the planet after that. This is going to be a long campaign for Kyle if he hopes to have a chance at this.
Great. Let's hope for that. Man, look at all those resources. Kyle just has cash for days.
Looks like the clearest path to victory for Kyle here is to harvest the next 3 greens. And that's going to be a tall order, given that massive troops over there on the now second planet. A little Exterminatus, who knows?
Exactly, I was just about to mention that, because they're both playing Space Marines, which means they both have 1 Terminatus waiting somewhere.
And they're just going to grab and kill.
And those are the kinds of things you have to keep in mind, like when you're playing whomever, what kind of wipe card do they have access to? How does that particular wipe function? So these guys know that the first planet is safe from a wipe, but because all the other planets aren't safe, how far do you want to build up your forces to try to win them later on in the game?
Yeah, especially with the brother over there, the unique. So if Kyle launches Exterminatus here, he saves his unique, nukes every other non-unique on that planet, and it really clears the way for his next move. Not the greatest time for the old rogue trader, but
Nope.
there he is.
Hey, showing up a little bit late, but he loves to party. He's a trader.
Which may be the most important part of all.
I think that's actually in his flavor text. What I just said.
I don't do well, but I like to party. I can't win a battle, but... Looks like we saw that Chosen on the first planet grab a Godwin pattern bolter. It's going to give him +1 attack, +1 hit points, and ignores the flying keyword on enemy units. And looks BA.
Yeah, and the bolter comes with a complimentary shoulder pad upvote.
Oh, goodness. Alright, second planet getting flooded now, thanks to Sicarius Chosen.
Holy smokes, don't these people know about Exterminatus? What is going on?
I mean, that first planet is now wide open for Jeremy to take.
I've never seen anything like this. This is awesome.
He's got a huge, he's got a great set coming in with him whenever he commits to this next planet.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy's going in so well on this first planet right now. I don't think that Kyle can do a whole lot to stop it, honestly.
Unless he just like drop pods.
He's got a ton of resources,
everywhere,
right?
yeah.
So he can keep playing units and hopefully make it happen. But he's also looking at, I see his hand is like promotion. It's like no mercy. Some of these cards, and there we go. We're gonna promote.
Hello.
And both players daring the other to drop the bomb, I think. Yeah, a lot of neutrals here, and I think
it's the Exterminatus bomb.
I think Kyle really needs his brother over on the first planet. That's about the only thing I can think to make this better.
Is there a way? I just don't know. I don't think so. If these guys were Eldar or Tau, maybe. I don't know all their cards terribly well or intimately at this point, but those are definitely the factions that can make that kind of stuff happen.
Tau Man comes in.
Hello.
So we finally see some blue.
What's he doing? What's that card? Show us. Is it one of those gun drones? It's not.
We're gonna find it.
I can barely make that out. It's just so glary.
I'm almost certain that's a carnivore pack.
I think you're right. Yep. I'm going to officially agree. Carnivore pack, which is a great card.
You guys out there watching and listening, you guys know what it is.
You guys know what's up.
You guys know what it is.
So Carnivore pack, making it, I don't know, does that guarantee it going over to
I don't know how this, I mean,
Jeremy?
What it looks like to me is Kyle has a ton of resources, and he has a lot of early game neutrals in hand. And it's just exactly what you don't want. His best bet, I think, is to hope to draw into a drop pod. I believe there's 2 in the core. I can actually, I believe, no, he's already used it. He's already used his 1 drop pod assault. What's that one? I mean, what else they got?
I don't know.
What else they got?
I don't know.
He could drop in an Elysian assault team or something. Except that he can't.
Except that he can. He could, but he can't.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, man.
Man.
Bit of a bummer there.
Yeah.
I'd really like to see this second planet just really go.
Exactly. I'm still holding out for that to happen. He needs to take a breather. He needs to assess.
I mean, Sicarius with a ton of shields maybe gets it done here.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, shields are so effective at what they do. They can just turn all the math upside down.
Jeremy's already used his No Mercy. Ooh, a random hand there. Ooh. I thought that was Kyle's hand, and then it got weird for me. Oh, and an Honor Librarian. That is the last thing you want to see.
Smokes.
Oh, man, yeah.
Talk about your awesome reinforcements there. That guy is
gonna seal
going
it.
to crush.
But this is what allows Jeremy to do this, is that he has the leverage of 3 planets in hand. He's got 3 planets already won, so he, at his leisure, can decide when he wants to commit to this game.
Pick and choose his victory condition.
And as it so happens,
crazy.
He had everything he needed to make this the time.
So we're having a showdown at first planet.
Yeah, Sicarius versus Sicarius plus dudes. I think I know how that math goes.
Not just dudes, but some stellar ones. That Honored Librarian is a champ. Just a champ.
Absolutely.
One of the most frustrating cards in the, as we've been mentioning, the Space Marine Pantheon out of the core box. Just fantastic. A 4/2, and you can't attack it while there's any other unit at that planet.
Yep.
It's crazy. Somebody swinging for 4? What?
Just swinging for 4, and 4 in this game
It's
is
a lot.
big.
Yeah, that's more than average. What do you think average is?
I'd
It's
say
like
2
or 3. Yeah.
I'd say 2. Yeah. Your decent like fighting units will get like 3s average, I think, and then you start getting interesting stuff.
There it is.
Kyle knows
Concession.
he does not have it, so there it goes. Over to Jeremy for the game. And congrats to both Jeremy and Kyle for getting this far and for placing in the first ever Nationals tournament. Super congrats to Jeremy for winning yet another early tournament in his career.
Yay!
And thanks for Fantasy Flight for letting us film this and provide it and do our thing. If you guys want to support us in our Warhammer coverage, please do so. We've got all sorts of Warhammer goodies on the store, and also the ability to support us directly through the YouTube channel. Fan funding is here, so you can do that if you like it. Robbie, got anything else to say about this phenomenal little game called Conquest?
Paul Lovett. It's an amazing game. I can't wait to see the next one that rolls out.
Yeah, let's get a tournament that's not one core set next time.
Exactly.
Huh? All right, we'll see you guys later.
Peace.